I'm excited to see, especially when he talked about the hunger to go in towards that grand final and try and have the rematch with the Chiefs. But lads, let's look at these maps that we're going to be having here for our elimination final. This is potentially the last time we're going to be seeing either one of these two teams in hoops. We're going to be starting out with Oddball on Streets. To me, this has always been a kind of great equalizer map for a lot of these teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's my favorite game type and map, and it's actually the game type that we saw them play yesterday, where they had a really, really close one.
Yeah.
We had to reset it just due to a disconnect, but it came right down to the wire. And we had these two fine gentlemen casting it. I think it was the Milk series.
Oh, no, not the infamous
correctly.
Milk series.
I know you want me to bring it up, Josh, but I have. I'm sorry. We
don't want to bring up the Milk anymore.
We all made a deal to not bring up the Milks. It hoots this bloody guy.
Hoots, man. He's bringing up the Milk, bringing up the socks, bringing up everything.
I
but I think at this point... Actually, yeah, all right. You've upgraded the socks. Unfortunately, I haven't upgraded my socks, but luckily enough for us, we've actually upgraded our casters this time around. So to the lads here on the desk, we're ready here for our elimination finals. So let's jump it over to SSJ4 and Bluey.
What do you mean upgrade? What? Poor Inman. How is that? What? I'm a bit curious to talk. I'm going to need to have a word with Luke a little bit later on about that one. I feel like that's a bit too offensive on Inman's behalf. But Justin, here we are again. And I want to say I did have a nightmare about you chugging milk last night, but let's just leave it at that.
That doesn't sound very nice to me. I mean, I don't want to be a nightmare. I want to be in your dreams.
Okay,
but
well, that's another nightmare.
Very nice words from the boys on the couch there. Slip one last in. Okay, I swear I'm done. I'm done. I promise. Maybe. Anyway, we are launching into this game, and Josh said he was a little bit jealous that he isn't casting this one, and all I've got to say is, nah. This is the game of the day, in my opinion. Divine Mind versus Immunity. It's going to be an absolute cracker, and we're launching in with Rated from Divine Mind, throwing a grenade out, but you see the Immunity players already pushing up 1v1. Benno getting the better of Rated in that situation now with Heff. Eyes on that ball at the moment, but here comes FlexRainZ coming in with the flank, taking him out for BZIIRK. He's got those rocks.
Yeah, BZIIRK was very, very fast indeed, just completely sprinting down bottom mid, grabbing those rockets straight off the bat. He's only used one. I'm not sure if he managed to connect with it before. He's still got one in the back, which is a lot of pressure to work with here. Doesn't exactly connect the kill, but does help with a nice little assist onto Benno there. Team Immunity off to a bit of a shaky start just in positioning and ground control on this map.
They are doing incredibly well so far. Now with Flex, he's been raiding on People's Parade all day, and now he's putting some shots down onto Heff. Voltage in a little bit of a predicament right now. Shields are flashing. A lot of red X's in the kill feed for Team Immunity currently. Voltage doing his best to hold off two players, peeking out a little bit too long and taken down. And here comes that Divine Mind push through there to break that setup.
Two members right there of Divine Mind were one-shot for pretty much that entire time, and they still just managed to get away with their life, opting to rather just take the less peak approach to this battle and just hide back, stay in. Benno, unfortunately, just tried to clean up those kills, but was immediately punished by the rain of hell coming down from the members of Divine Mind, something that we're so used to seeing. They do have such a nice, aggressive team shot.
Yeah, they will never let those one-shot players get away. They will do everything they can to clean them up. But now Rated, he seemed to be OBJ player this game, putting points on the board pretty consistently for Divine Mind so far. Immunity are coming in to try and break this setup though. Voltage going down. Rated kind of baiting the balls. Voltage, hold this while I shoot you in the back, taking him down. And Rated, he's cleaned house, but it does look like there's an Immunity player being very sneaky behind him. I don't think Rated knows he's there.
Look how consistent the slays are coming out from Divine Mind. Pretty much their entire team is just staying with each other in all of these fights, getting up kills and assists at the same time. Team Immunity right now seem a little bit scattered. Heff, you know, someone that we touched on before yesterday, having some rough games, and off the break, he is opting to hold the objective rather than to back his teammates up with kills, which I think is probably the better option for the two. Heff was just not really on fire yesterday. He wasn't in the zone as much as the rest of the members of Team Immunity were. So if he can opt for more of a shot-cally, rotation-based playstyle here in objective, I think that might do the trick for them in this particular style. But then at the same time, they have to try and match the aggression that Divine Mind is putting up against them.
They really do. Now with Heff here, picks up one. FlexRainZ is there for the cleanup. Bulldog out, able to clean that up. He's looking for BZIIRK, hiding into the fern. Double kill for Heff. Very lovely stuff from him. And there's 2 more if he's hungry for him. He's got some backup now. Shields are flashing. Heff under a little bit of pressure here. Voltage giving him the support that he sorely needed. Now he picks up another one-shot. Heff, he's struggled on this Slays department in the last few series, but no, he's turning up. He's going double positive.
Noticing another little thing that Team Immunity are doing right now, which is when they get kills on the board, when they have the numbers up, they just don't touch the objective as much as they should be in these scenarios. Even just getting a couple of seconds on the board can be the deal breakers in these matches. Again, this is 2 rounds that you have to win in order for this, and those minute seconds can make for the absolute difference breakers, but they're just not going for the ball enough. They're getting the kills, they're getting the space on the map, but the objective time just isn't happening.
Yeah, sometimes that scrap time is just building a house brick by brick. You do it one at a time, slow and steady, but Divine Mind, they seem to have pretty good control through this game. Immunity not out of it just yet, but they're quickly running out of time, and Divine Mind, they seem to have a lot of control of those power weapons too.
Yep.
Flex picking up that double kill, Benno having the sacrifice to shut that player down. AR comes out, the pink AR, here he comes chasing down Dante. Dante holding on, and I love this play from Dante. The full outplay with the help from Voltage there. There's Beastn with that Sentinel beam. He does get shut down. Voltage with a very tasty kill from the grave. Are you kidding me?
He still gets it. Divine Mind go 3 down, but they match the pace that Team Immunity set right there in the Slay category. Again, look how consistent Divine Mind have been overall. Even when they just managed to trade a kill, that's enough for them to work with after on the reset. Right now, Team Immunity actually opting, instead of making the rotation for Tram, which they do ever so often, they're holding it back A. You've got Taj coming in from Pink Street, but look at the map right now. 2 members bottom mid, 2 members in Pink Street for Divine Mind. They're able to make these collapses so easily. They're picking apart Team Immunity piece by piece. 3 down for Team Immunity right down, and that hold that they had is already gone.
Yeah, and Divine Mind, they're very well set up right now. All the boys at the back of the map here in Immunity, a little bit split right now. Benno with a solo push. Have to see if Raider can take him down. And he ran out of ammo. The help from Voltage comes in. The old school duo, they're helping each other out. BZIIRK in a little bit of trouble. He does get an assist. He gets cleaned up by Benno as he slides in. Benno does not want to go down without a fight. He's got that Bulldog in hand. Manages to get 1 in, but doesn't get the kill. Unfortunate for him now. We're on board with Flex. Divine Mind, they don't need too many points to put this one away, Bluey.
No, they don't need too many points, but also they don't have to go for them either. Remember, in this particular scenario, you have so much space to play with that ball time that you can just go for kills. You can just slay out the rest of the round. There is only 60 seconds left on the clock, which I think is a lot better than trying to just keep grabbing that ball over and over and getting scrap time. Just let the clock run out. Let Team Immunity have to come to you. If you can hold the ball in a position that is more difficult for you to get to rather than just keeping it, you know, in your hands, then you're doing all the better. Flex again has those rockets. We're going to see if he can make use of them like he did last time.
He's got 2 in the tube currently, FlexRainZ, and Divine Mind opting to just finish this one out, get it over and done with. They're not playing with their food. They want to move on to dessert, and FlexRainZ, very clean rocket there. Doesn't connect on Heff. He only knocks down the shields, but it doesn't matter. He gets the cleanup regardless. 95 points on the board for Divine Mind. Looks like they will be taking out round number 1 in our first game.
Round number 1 in the bag for Divine Mind, and I would say pretty convincingly overall. I don't think at any point during that match Team Immunity could match anything that was that Divine Mind was doing at the time. Divine Mind, again, I want to give massive props to them. Were prioritizing those rocket spawns so well. They had the clock next to them, Justin. They knew exactly when they were coming up each and every time and were on them down to the millisecond.
They really were, and I love this opening scrap, that fight over the Spanker, and it does look like FlexRainZ, he's managed to grab those ones again, puts one to work, and he's kind of whiffed both of them. He got an assist, but anyway, they've got the ball regardless, and now points flooding in for Divine Mind. I mean, Team Immunity, they're already on the back foot and losing that opening scrap. They're in a tough situation right now, Bluey.
Yeah, Divine Mind right now are on fire, and I want to tap into a listening with them to see how chaotic or frantic they might be in this position.
Play ready.
Sit there. I know you're there.
I saw an arcade driver flying to you, bro.
We're coming.
We're coming.
B says,
yeah, just leave him.
Nice kill, Jai. Nice kill, bro.
I'll come to you, Jai. Good milking, bro. Nice try, good fucking shit. Back tower, please side. Nice side. One out, watch out back tower. 2-shot back tower. He's on the shield. Alright, all day. Oh, I'm lucky.
It's fine.
I can get it.
Somebody shoot Spikey's, Nate. Spikey's for him.
Listen, I'm behind them all.
Flex red out, flex red out. Against one PD, against one PD.
PD,
Watch out, bang. Absolute bang. Watch out, PD.
Down. One shot spikies, no.
One shot bank.
One shot bank, going shoddy.
Blue Jake.
Ah, fuck yeah. I like it, Jack. It's all good.
It's 2p, two
They've got a shit setup, Ali.
I've got a good spawn, I can maybe kill ball.
Keep living, Ali, keep living. They fucked up. There's two guys like 12 hours weak. 12 hours weak. One's fish shoot.
Get out the crayons because it's colourful language from the Divine Mind boys as usual, and they seem it's colourful, but they're in control. They're composed. They, they're small talking really well. Their vocabulary just very aggressive. We'll call it, Bluey.
Yeah, exactly. Aggressive is the way to go, but this is something that we always expect from Divine Mind, right? They are very aggressive players, and of course that's going to come across in their comms. But what you'll notice is how supportive they were of each other. Every time a good kill came across the board, something that created them an opportunity or space, they were congratulating each other. And at this point in time, where this match is right now, that's exactly the kind of energy that you need to build up the pace for your team, to keep that hype going, keep the energy alive. There is still a lot of Halo to play for them today, especially if they take Team Immunity down and make themselves go forward.
Speaking of Team Immunity, have a peek at your scoreboard. They're currently in the lead, doubling the points. It's only about 15 points or so, but Immunity in the lead nonetheless. BZIIRK with that Bulldog does get shut down, unfortunately. And Team Immunity doing well. They've maintained their composure against the onslaught from Divine Mind. I love that banked grenade from Benno there, looking for another player. Doesn't pick up the double kill, but well positioned to grab that ball, bring it back, get another string of game time.
Incredible that they actually just went 3 down there in that engagement and managed to turn it around. They bring the ball back into this tram setup, which has worked very well for them so far in this second round. The only problem is when Divine Mind actually managed to break this, it's donezo. It's over. 3 go down for Team Immunity or 4 go down for Team Immunity. There's no really good recover unless they can guarantee themselves a good spawn. But you just can't on a map like Streets. You can't control where you're spawning at all. And that's one of the big problems with holding Tram right now, because if you spawn too far away with it, you are giving Divine Mind right now the setup that they need to just put 30 seconds on the board and catch up to your score.
Yeah, and that lead that Immunity have, it's fragile. Right? Particularly when they're set up like this, that is just going to disappear so quickly. Will Benno with the whiff! It took 3 shots, but he does manage to get the kill, but he gets traded out. Unfortunate. But there's Heff to clean up the mess, scooping that up. He's grabbing the leftovers there, and now Team Immunity, they have control once again. And Heff, he's doing quite well here, holding down the fort. They've got eyes on this spanker as well. Dante scampers away with that one, and look at this. He's getting ready to take out. Yeah, he looks away. He shoots it out like an action movie star, and it's like, nah, I'm not even going to look at that explosion.
Surprising, though, that Dante was actually the one that managed to grab those rockets there, because you had 2 members of Divine Mind already set up on the spawn. They just got peppered a little bit and then immediately backed down from it. Something I'm kind of surprised with, because usually they take those engagements very aggressively. They want those power weapons because those are the money makers. Speaking of which, BZIIRK showing that he is in fact the money maker for his team. That aggressive thruster play in the end doesn't work out for him, but he did a fantastic job of clearing out Team Immunity just then.
Nice little double kill there from FlexRainZ. And Team Immunity, they're still in the lead currently. Divine Mind, they're getting right up in their faces, not making it easy. But I think Team Immunity, they've kind of acclimatized to that ultra aggression that those Divine Mind players have. Raided with that shotty, shutting that player down. Now some cross-map shots with the battle rifle. Going to wait for his shields here, looking at the plants, watering them, making sure that they're well hydrated. Now he's taking out Dante with that reversal. And now raided. Let's have a look at that scoreline. He's currently 9-9. And then the ball time. Each member on Divine Mind and Immunity getting some ball time in there, Blue.
Yeah, good ball time. Pretty actually even overall between these teams. Of course, you do have a member like Beastn on 65 seconds, but, he's the outlier for this particular one, right? Overall, his objective time is massive, which is surprising to see come from a player like him, because he's usually more orientated on just slaying out, and that's usually the position that Divine Mind put him in as well. There is a really good lead right now for Team Immunity to work with, and this was what I was talking about before. If they can just manage in this situation to make sure that Divine Mind can't get a hold of this ball, then they can deny. But man, oh man, when you have Beastn just running around with that Sentinel beam, microwaving every player that he has in his sights, Team Immunity are going to need to pull out something drastic to keep themselves alive.
Yeah, I mean, they're currently in the lead, but momentum very much in the favor of Divine Minds currently. They have tied things up. They have the Rockets. 2 for 1 for FlexRainZ. More points on the board and the killing spree for him as well. Another player's there, able to pick that one up and keep his teammate alive. Another double kill for him. You know, I love to do it, but I'm paying the overkill because that was just too sick.
Flex, with that play, secures them game 1 right here. They did take that oddball out super convincingly in the end. And we've given props to him over and over again during this weekend, but Flex, we know he's the shot caller for his team, and when he's performing like that, just securing that power weapon and using it so well in that situation, how can you not love the man?
I mean, Immunity, they really had one last chance to keep things going, but Flex just raining on their parade with that rocket launcher, back-to-back double kills.
Yeah, exactly. And actually in that situation, you know, he was actually the one who prioritized rockets a lot during that match, but it was just in those final moments where they really wanted to bring it to Team Immunity. Make sure that, yep, all right, boys, you're going down and out for this one, and that's exactly what Flex did. Fantastic numbers across the board for Flex. Look at that, 37 and 21, 6 double kills. How many of those double kills were coming in back-to-back as well? Flex was just putting on the gas at all times.
Yeah, he just hit the burners every single time. I mean, even just that last 30 seconds or so, he just completely shut any chance that Immunity had to bring things back to, you know, the 2 for 1 rocket and then getting super aggressive on the spawners that came up. He just completely picked apart Immunity.
Yeah, exactly. But I would give that that little award to pretty much every member of Divine Mind there. They were matching every member of Divine Mind. You know, it was just back-to-back fights, but every single time it was blue team members' names that we were seeing just get absolutely decimated. You know, this is the kind of Divine Mind that we love to see, and definitely I think it differs a little bit from the Divine Mind that we saw yesterday going up against Team Immunity in their first match on CTF BZIIRK. This was a dominant performance from Divine Mind in this particular aspect, and yesterday it was so shaky for them, looking more in Team Immunity's favor, but now they're just coming back with a vengeance.
They really are, and I'm not even sure that it has anything to do with Immunity necessarily playing poorly, Bluey. I think it's just Divine Mind. They're looking for the grand final.
Yeah.
They're just like, this is a hurdle that we need to jump over, and the hurdle's this high, so it's just a little hop to go over. That's what they're doing currently, and they just picked apart Team Immunity that time.
Yeah, exactly. But looking on from this game, we do have the next match going on to Slayer Live Fire. Now, this is one that we did just see Team Immunity compete in against the Chiefs. And let's be real here. They got kind of bodied. They were getting smacked around every way that you can possibly conceive. And going into this, you know, are they going to have to relive that nightmare going up against Divine Mind?
Might be some flashbacks, but, you know, Team Immunity, very composed, right? They don't really let things get to their heads. And you know what? Even the shellacking that they got from the Chiefs, I'm sure they're poking fun at each other. Like, haha, Barco just bodied you again, Voltage, or whatever, just like, you know, vibing out. And so I'm sure they're going to bounce back. And I wouldn't worry too much about the mental. But it's whether or not that they can concentrate on the fact that they need to get in the heads of Divine Mind. They've done it before. You know, they don't tend to, you know, unexpected items in bagging area or smacking bodies, but they did the last time they met this tournament, and it really got in Divine Mind's head. So maybe that's what they need to do. They need to get down and dirty rather than respectful gentlemen on the playing field.
Yeah, exactly. Team Immunity are a team that is famous previously, and now all across this weekend, we pointed out time and time again that has been able to remain so grounded every time they get into these positions where they are backed up against the wall, and now is no different. Let's hope that they can take the smacking that they took from the Chiefs before, take it to them, not personally, but from a learning experience into this next game against Divine Mind.
Yeah, and we are launching things up with Benno, dropping that wall down and doing really well to take control of the map. They kind of four-stacked one area. Beastn down there with a heat wave. Benno saying, that's my weapon, please, there, champ. But he's shut down immediately by BZIIRK. Raided with that snipe, picking up one, hits the body on the second, not able to connect, but the assist does come through. Camo is about to pop, and Raided's going to grab that one too. Doesn't manage to get away. And it hasn't been popped yet, Blue. He's sitting down there on the ground.
Yeah, he didn't burn it. He dropped the sniper as well. I thought that they were absolutely going to be the ones to come out on top in that situation, but now Benno Benno, the man that we highlighted before being so strong in these situations, now has 2 power elements within his hands. All it takes is a little bit of spark for him to be able to pull off those crucial kills, but right now he is playing very collected, very grounded, making sure to communicate with his team appropriately so he doesn't get caught out. You did see Flex just sort of shooting out on him before, making sure that camo was not activated, but we do see him wrap around, did pick up a nice little kill there, assisting, making a good rotation there and taking out BZIIRK, and man, oh man, there's a lot for Benno and Team Immunity to work with right now.
Yeah, and it looks like they're herding them into the corner there. Sheeps to the slaughter. Benno ready, not able to connect on that one.
Ooh.
Does find Raided, doesn't get the cleanup there. BZIIRK hits the body on him. Easy cleanup for a man like Benno, and he's going to duck down. Raided sniffs him out. They've got to shut down that sniper player right now, and he's just chased down. That's exactly what they needed to do. They can't let Benno run amok like he has been all weekend.
No, Benno is one of those snowball players, right? When he gets into the zone, it is absolutely on. He did luckily manage to drop that sniper and fell into the hands of one of his teammates, being Heff. Heff, a bit of a shaky player overall for this weekend, but if he shows us up right now with that snipe, which he didn't, neither of those last 2 shots connecting, but he does ring out those support shots, picking off BZIIRK with the help of his teammate. This fight over camo right now is crucial. The pace of the match is being set. It's getting very stagnating, getting very standoffish. Both of these teams trading kills back to back. No one really proving to be the more dominant one. And Heff, with this support, this man seems to be a little bit on right now.
He is. I don't know how he survived for so long there, Bluey, but here comes Immunity. That tussle over that camo went on for so long. Now Dante with that scoreline is tied up currently, Bluey. Only 2 kills in it, and that camo very critical for Team Immunity. They're so disciplined with those power-ups, Bluey. They're there every single time contesting.
Yeah, exactly. Very discipline is a fantastic word to use. Dante, look how patient he is with this camo right now. Doesn't connect the back smack, does get the double beat down. Should be able to fight Beastn here, but he just whiffs a few of those BR shots. Beastn does take him down and then is then taken down himself. Benno now with that Mangler, a bit of a power weapon in and of itself. Him chasing down BZIIRK, doesn't get the hold this, but does get the assist. So now that snipe should fall into the hands of Team Immunity, and they are not down and out then, almost tying up this score. There's 3 kills the difference. A nice little kill coming out. Flex is 1 shot around Mangler, can't secure that kill for Team Immunity. They are 3 down. They just seem to be getting picked apart, even when they seem to be coming back.
Yeah, Divine Mind. They've got a 5-kill lead right now, Bluey. We're about to cross over that halfway point for this Slayer game on Live-Fire. Raided, hiding up their top mid with that Mangler, waiting for things to come. There's FlexRainZ with that montage maker in hand. 6 bullets to play with currently. Finds himself one, doesn't connect on it yet, Bluey. And there's Voltage caught out in the open with his pants down. 1 shot to the head will send him to the respawn screen. Now, I love this rotation from Flex. He's just moving throughout the map so comfortably, too. There's no pressure, Blue.
Yeah,
What's
I was about
going
to say, so comfortably, literally uncontested, as the rest of the members of Divine Mind are also uncontested, going for that camo. So they now are in possession of the sniper and the camo. A lot to work with here, a lot of power to work with here. Team Immunity, though, responding pretty well. They're getting a good push through top mid, holding sandbags as well, making sure there is no flanks from B. A 1v1 happening right now. Make that a 2v1, a 3v1 as Flex gets taken down, just pinched.
That was ridiculous. That was just like a schoolyard beatdown from the local bullies. Now with a Voltage, scoreline is 6 kills the difference currently, and Voltage looking to bring their team back into it. He's currently 6-5 right now, under a lot of pressure, able to scamper away with his life right now. Shields are flashing, Bluey. Heff did fall to the onslaught from Divine Mind. You just saw 4 Divine Mind players all pushing together. 1 has fallen. Benno grabbing a pick onto FlexRainZ, and now that scoreline for Divine Mind has bloated out to 8 kills the difference. Immunity, they haven't got much time left. No more rooms for missteps.
Good back down from Taj there. He does rotate up top A door and gets melted completely as he meets so many faces of Divine Mind right there. Good trade going back and forth. 8 kills for Team Immunity to be able to tie this back up. The game is going to start slowing down. Raided with that repulsor play that I absolutely love, going up the vent, getting the high ground in order to rain shots down, but Dante had his number dialed in and rotates himself in order to backsmack him, but it doesn't matter as so many members of Team Immunity are going down. 7 kills left for Divine Mind to secure another game and be one step closer to knocking out IM.
But listen, we've seen Immunity do it time and time again. It'll be a real test if they can clutch it. Now, 44-37, Divine Mind very close to being able to close this game out. But Immunity, the Clutch Kings, are they going to be able to do it? Rated picking up another one, 45-38. We're in this final moments of the game. Does look like Benno managed to get that camo though, Bluey.
Yeah, Benno does have the camo. He's going to be making a high rotation right now. Nades go out on Beastn. Beastn is going to be one shot. He will rotate down a 1v1 with Rated, trying to avoid that melee, and he does, taking Rated down. Rated, what are you doing, mate? Come on, press the button. You're going to need to. Does get taken down. Benno making a rotation through Rat's Bridge right now. He's getting team shot, I believe that was. BZIIRK does secure himself another kill there, so there are only 3 more kills left for Divine Mind. They're going to have to make some cheeky pinches right now to try and tie this game up. Benno should have seen Benno should have seen BZIIRK sneaking around Brutes there. Rated is playing for his life, does get taken down by Dante. There is such a close-knit match right now. They are meeting face-to-face. Team Immunity needs to make sure that these rotations are clean and crisp in order to keep themselves alive in this game.
Yeah, Immunity cannot afford to drop any more kills, and they just traded out 48-44. Divine Mind currently holding on to their lead. Team Immunity hanging on by a thread. The push comes in, 49-45. Divine Mind, they are 1 kill away from being able to take this one out. Rated, smelling blood in the water, going like a shark. Benno shutting him down with the help of Dante. 49-46, Bluey. Beastn with that mangler. Then 2 players there. The Academy trades it out and closes the game, Bluey.
Justin, isn't it poetic justice that the last kill within that game happens to be a mangler beatdown? Something that I know that we love and every community member loves as well.
Yeah, that trade, that's got to be heartbreaking.
That
Immunity,
sucks.
they were clutching things out, but they slipped a little bit and missed third gear.
Yeah, they actually brought it back so well, and hopefully they look at that match and realize that they do have a lot of fire left in them. There was a lot of potential in that game for them to take that particular one, 50-48. They were playing so well at the end of that match, though. I do want to highlight once again, Heff is the player on IM who seems to be struggling a little bit. He's getting the good support team shots out, but at the end of the day, if he's not winning his 1v1s, he's going to fall behind. Yeah,
it is a little bit of the case. I hate to say it. BZIIRK highlight player here, 16 and 13 with 9 assists. Great stuff from him. Kick your little double kill in there and some perfect shots out of his BR. But the game was that close, so you can't expect to see massive scorelines in KD when it's a 50-48. And yes, Divine Mind managed to close that one out, Blue, but the thing is that they were 8 or 10 kills in front at one point, and Immunity, they started bringing things back, and Divine Mind, they were able to hold on and close things out, but that's been kind of, their Achilles heel a little bit. They haven't been good closers so far this weekend.
Yeah, that's a really good point you bring up, actually. They never actually managed to just pull that last bit of string to get them closer to just winning those games. They come so close every single time, but I think that's actually just a testament to how close Team Immunity really are to Divine Mind. The Oddball was a bit of a schwacking, but we come into this Team Slayer and they are so closely matched. In fact, I think it was a member of Divine Mind who had the lowest damage on the game there with about 2.8k, which again isn't fantastic to see. Even Heff was pulling out more damage than that, which just shows how good Team Immunity's team shot is.
Yeah, but now the Divine Mind, they're 2 up in the series.
Yep.
They're 1 map away for their rematch with the Chiefs.
Yep.
They have their eyes set on it. Immunity, when's the last time they've been in this position? Elimination bracket, not in the grand finals. It's ever. Have they ever been in this position? I'm not sure, but their backs are firmly up against the wall currently.
This is it for them.
It's do or die situation. They've got to get that reverse sweep if they want to have their rematch with the Chiefs.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to take them to win 3 games back to back to back right now in this series, and going into a recharge game now is a map in particular that Team Immunity really has struggled with, in my opinion. I don't think they have really good rotations, especially not as good as what Divine Mind have. Immunity don't really prioritize the shock rifle as much as Divine Mind do either, and for Divine Mind that works well so much in their favor, because a shock rifle in the hands of someone like BZIIRK is not a good time.
No, it's really not. A shocking experience for everyone involved. Now on board with Voltage. Last chance to keep their tournament lives going, but a couple has players from a Team Immunity already dropping. Voltage finding himself raided, getting away there, but I think Voltage had complete trust in Dante to clean that one up for him, and he's waiting for BZIIRK. There's the back smack, sending him into the respawn screen, and I love that use of camo. You know, patience wins the race. Look at this. Look at the patience here, Blue. He's just watching him. Like, Beastn, what's up, bro?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Beastn
no!
comes out on top after all of that. To be fair, though, you could see Beastn knew he was there. He wasn't entirely sure, but he would have seen those glimmers of the camo just reflecting in space, making sure to keep his number on that area at all times. And look, Justin, at the end of the day, the Mangler is just the stronger of the two in that situation.
It is a very Beastn weapon indeed. Now with Dante, he drops right away, Caster's Curse, and Benno setting himself up in the C stronghold, and he's going to try and get some points on the board for his team. But look at the FlexRainZ with the sword, cleaning and getting that secure as well. Heff doing his best to stay alive, but he does get cleaned up as well. FlexRainZ, he's been putting up big numbers. You can't let him have the sword, Bluey. You just can't let it happen.
No, you cannot let him have the sword. And another thing that you can't let Divine Mind have as a whole is that B point. We've seen in previous Strongholds Recharge matches where Team Immunity have been on, that they just don't prioritize the B stronghold. They need to make a good rotation for that middle hold. That's where the points are. That's the money maker right there. If you can get a good hold on one of those ANC points and then the B, you can essentially just lock down a spawn for the majority of the map. And Team Immunity seem to really struggle with making plays like that.
They do. BZIIRK with that double kill. And look, before we launched into the series, we talked about the fact that Divine Mind, if they have to have any hope against the Chiefs, they need to make a statement and take this game out in 3 games, and it looks like they're doing just that. 2 more strongholds for them, so they're going to be racking up some points. Team Immunity struggling a little bit. Heff gets sent down. See you later, son. Now BZIIRK rotating through the map very freely. There's just no pressure put on them. Divine Mind just has complete map control, Bluey.
No, not at all. BZIIRK just able to rotate pretty much free through mid, which you don't like to see. There are no members of Team Immunity looking at prioritizing top gold just to get those little pepper shots out to do a little bit of damage. BZIIRK just taking the high road there in that situation, getting so many kills, getting so much space, so much movement. A 1v1 with Dante right now does get taken down. Dante, the man on top, someone that we've looked to as being one of those main slayers for the Team Immunity roster. Taj now rotating towards A, and again, they just can't secure these points, Justin. They've been stuck on C and C long for so long.
This Team Immunity getting a little bit desperate, I think, Bluey. They're jumping in strongholds before getting any picks, and now they're 3 down in the kill feed momentarily there on board with BZIIRK. He just sits down on the ground. He's having a little bit, he crossed his legs, reading a book, having a bit of a snack and winning that 1v1. There's Heff down as well. A shock rifle across map. Benno is narrowly surviving that, but gets cleaned up anyway. Triple cap for Divine Mind. They're looking to secure their ticket to the grand finals. Whiffs a little bit there, but it doesn't matter because he has Heff and Dante 2v1ing BZIIRK to shut him down there. Raider being very sneaky in the corner, takes down Dante. He's sent to the respawn screen. They're dying left and right. It's just complete mayhem, but Divine Mind, there is purpose in the chaos.
Yeah, Immunity right now have a very good opportunity, nearly in sync, capturing B and C, but B does get stopped by one member of Divine Mind on board with BZIIRK. Once again, rotating through bottom PC, gets picked off by Dante. We've seen that narrative before. Seems to be a bit of a face-off between those two. Consistently, you can see right now on the map, if you just paid attention, Benno does have camo. He has done the little jump up, was looking to go behind FlexRainZ, but Flex does get taken down before looking to provide his team member on C with some backup. Pinching BZIIRK right now in Gold Tunnel, takes him down. But once again, Justin, what I'm noticing is when they get these picks, Team Immunity just can't really do a lot with them.
No, it just seems like every single time they're trying to stem the bleeding, they're just bleeding out. Like, I'm lost for words. It's just Divine Mind. They seem to be showing up so heavily, and I think this might be, it's the first time in ages the Team Immunity has managed to get 2 strongholds.
Yeah.
And we've got Voltage here. He's just literally backed into the corner, but FlexRainZ does get on the nasty end of that grenade just there. Team Immunity with 2 on the board, so they are going to start collecting some points, Blue. But they're in big trouble. Divine Mind only 100 points away from securing this win.
Yeah, only 100 points for Divine Mind, and if they can pull out this last 100 as convincingly as they have done for the rest of these games, then it is going to be the swan song for Team Immunity. Team Immunity right now, if they lose this map, they're gone, Justin. They get sent home. All the battles that they fought yesterday are for nothing right now unless they can really bring it back. You know that this team would want to be facing off against the Chiefs. They want that rematch against them, but just right now with Divine Mind, they can't seem to get anywhere in. They can't do any shutdowns. There's no space being created. The team shots seem so frantic. The comms must be frantic too. Team Immunity right now are just not looking as solid as what they have been throughout the entirety of this weekend.
Yeah, but listen, is it Team Immunity fumbling the bag, or is it Divine Mind just there to catch that old big bag of cash, which is what they're playing for, with a ticket all the way to the grand finals? FlexRainZ there with that shock rifle. 2 Strongholds there racking up points, and they're very close to closing this one out, but Voltage has something to say about it with the sword, picking up one. There's the second. Double kill for him. Good opportunity for a Team Immunity to grab Strongholds, and they might be able to go on one last push, last chance for Team Immunity.
A B comes out, B cap comes out right now. They're rotating to C. Good kill for Voltage right there. He's going to come face to face with Raiden, and if he can secure this kill right now, it's going to be huge for them. He does have 2 members pushed into top PC. They're letting out the team shots onto the members of Team Immunity. That is Dante over there down on gold stairs. He's going to come face to face with another member. Does get stuck from the grave. Flex is going to be able to rotate on A. Just stop, get a little bit of a cap on, but we do have a triple cap for Team Immunity. This could be the comeback that they need. They're going to have to play so strongly right now. They're going to have to get great positioning in order to make sure that they can put Divine Mind back in the dust.
Great flank from Heff there, just picking apart Divine Mind. Your Team Immunity, they're starting to heat up. Here they come, holding that triple cap. They're not opting to hold 2. They want to maintain that pressure. Divine Mind, they had complete control over the entire map. And look at this lead. They're already on 120 points. They're not too far behind. And here's Benno, star player this weekend. He is sent down. And Divine Mind trying to stop that bleeding. But every time they do, Team Immunity just sliding in and resetting those strongholds.
Team Immunity have finally got these rotations in order, Justin. They're finally working together as a hive mind, managing to just collapse on one another, ensuring that they have those supportive shots out right now. You do see a member of Team Immunity flying across the map. Don't know where that shock rifle went. It's probably long gone by now. Voltage rotating back from top tower onto C, making sure to stop that point. More points are going to be ticking up for Team Immunity right now as they rotate from B to from C for 2 members to be on B. Fantastic stuff coming out from Team Immunity. This is what we wanted to see. They're not letting this go. They're not letting it slip out of their hands like sand.
Yeah, tournament lives are on the line, and I want to hear what they have to say with their backs up against the wall. Let's jump in with a listen in.
Right, if he has it somewhere.
Yeah.
He's probably towards C, pushing the pipe so far.
2 top gold. BZIIRK weak in B, back B weak. BZIIRK.
Yeah, one hand B. And 2 turbine, 2 turbine. Camo's in B, Camo's in B. At the
One shot needles going for
last one have. Nice, have a 3 dead. Last one's in B. He has camo.
One shot back B.
Cap and C.
One shot back B. If anyone's looking
I'm coming with it. Nice, huge boys.
I see flat, 1 shot. One under me. Weak, BZIIRK.
I'm looking towards 2 seconds, 2 seconds. I got you.
1 shot.
Nice.
Sneaky above B, Benno.
1 hit.
1 shot on Benno.
I'm coming, Benno.
Nice shit on, bro.
Behind me. Bellish.
Top A.
Pushing.
Only one at A. Play A.
Yeah, no, I'm pushing B. We can get B.
Yeah, I'm looking B. Weak flex, 2 shots.
Top gold in B. Another one.
Weak Heff.
Yeah, one shot.
Pushing top tower as well.
1 shot there, Heff.
I couldn't get him, bro. One shot B.
One's in B and one was top tower. Look towards C here, they might push triple. Yeah, in C, that's a kill, push him. He's 2 hits, ready.
Yeah, he backed up. I'm naded, I can't push. I'm going low, I'm weak.
Okay.
I'm one.
I tried it, he's absolute top gold.
during that entire time, or nearly that entire time of the team communication there, Team Immunity had such a strong triple cap, but unfortunately it has fallen apart now. Divine Mind taking both A and B. It looks like they're going to triple cap themselves and just rack up those points so fast. We are seeing Benno and Voltage rotate for A right now, just trying to stem the bleeding a little bit on this. A B cap as well, so even if the rotation isn't that strong, a critical kill for Benno. They are going to be able to flip 2 points right now. They need to have a little bit of a rotation back to B. You do see Heff rotate back for it right now. A double cap for them. They're still in this, Justin. They're still fighting strong.
How has Team Immunity managed to bring this one back, Bluey? I am lost for words. 233 to 211 control to immediate Immunity. FlexRainZ with the camo. He gets shut down immediately, so he's not going to be able to be very sneaky with that. Dante with the double kill there, putting Divine Mind on the back foot. Team Immunity so close to tying this one up. They've got control of A, they've got control of B, and they're turning over Stronghold C2, Bluey.
If they can get C, that triple cap is going to enable them enough time. Divine Mind will not have time to choose what point to capture. They need to prioritize just ticking over that C or locking Divine Mind down on C for enough time. There's so little time left here. There's only 7 seconds on the clock, but the B Stronghold is ticking over. They need to stop that right now. They need such a strong, convincing team shot to ring out. They need to shut down Divine Mind as Divine Mind are just ticking points up. They are now all tied up. Divine Mind taking the lead. 5 seconds on the board. Immunity, you need to cut something here. What are you doing? The fumble, and they're done. Team Immunity are out. Are you kidding me?
Bronze medal for Team Immunity. They came so close to clutching it once again, but Divine Mind, they send them packing and just punch their ticket to the grand final.
He had the grapple as well. Like, during that time, he could have made the space so quickly and actually gotten onto that point, but such a disappointing defeat for Team Immunity. But again, Divine Mind, look at the way that they were playing throughout that series. Yes, they did fumble in that Strongholds a little bit, but they came back so strong. They were so powerful. And Team Immunity, you know, what can you do when you're in that situation? You've just gone up against Chiefs and now Divine Mind, and you have to take on such top-tier teams. You just get beaten down one after another. But again, Team Immunity did play quite well.
I can't believe they brought that back, and
I know.
You know, Divine Mind, you know, I get nervous every time, and it's like, boys, close it out, you're almost there. Immunity, they're bringing things back, and you know, Divine Mind, you know, they're fumbling a little bit, but they catch it last second and able to close that one out, and going 3-0 to Team Immunity. No Team Immunity in a grand final in ANZ Halo. How crazy is that?
That's ridiculous. You know, we've talked about it time and time again. Team Immunity for us is such a fabled team, and they've been taken down by, you know, what are, you wouldn't say the complete young guns, but for this, we'll say the young guns for Divine Mind. Looking at this, you know, Inman, Luke, Hoots, Team Immunity losing, is that as defeating for you as it feels for me?
I don't feel like defeating is the word. I think looking at this, we certainly have been given a good insight into how Divine Mind are going to play for the rest of the day. The fact that they're able to rally around themselves and get this final map done and dusted in 3. Josh, I know you've been bouncing around, you've given fingers up everywhere else, thumbs up, thumbs down for everybody here, but the fact that they were able to get this done 3-0 goes to show that these guys are here, and these guys are trying to make a fight for the title too.
Yeah, I mean, Divine Mind, I mean, what could you say? It was very close the entire way. Oddball Streets, yeah, they looked really, really strong in that, but Immunity really took the fight to them the entire way. 50-48 Slayer, 250-243. That was an absolute nail-biter there in that final game, and I was kind of worried for the prediction. Did come through in the end, though, just saying. But no, credit to Team Immunity. They did so well. And it must be said, Hoots, I wonder what would have happened if that map actually went to Immunity.
I mean, that last 5 seconds or so, we were screaming, saying, Dante, just get in, get in. He did have no shield, so it was going to be a danger, but you at least just want to try and stop the score from going up and force them to at least maybe get out of position to reset it and get a pick. Cross map, I don't know. But I think that sort of sums up what these series have been between these two teams, right? We've often gone to 5 games, and in this sense, it's just so close in all of them. They could have easily gone to a 5-game series.
Yeah, I think, looking back across some of the scores, right, it could have certainly been a tale where we're looking at this, and maybe even if things had gone a little bit differently for Team Immunity, we could be looking at a 2-1 scoreline for them, and then we could be going into map number 4 looking towards a potential 5th. But with that, unfortunately, we say goodbye to Team Immunity here at the ANZ HCS Super. They will be taking home 6,000 American dollars and a whole lot of pride as well, the way that they've been able to play across this weekend. But Divine Mind bouncing back after an upset from Team Immunity in that winners semi-final. And now, Josh, they've got a date with Destiny. The Chiefs, the only team to beat the Chiefs in a series, has been Divine Mind. The question is, can they do it when it really counts?
Yeah, after all of the insanity that we've seen throughout this tournament, we kind of end up to where most people probably would have predicted. Chiefs, Divine Mind in the grand final.